right. Greetings. I am James November 27 Price, and today we're greetings. I am James November 27 Price, and this is the Mother Country video log. And for those of you who have not heard of Mother Country, it's an up-and-coming film written and directed by Maria Brewer, and she's from San Francisco. She's a film director, and one of the cities this movie will be filmed in is Austin, Texas. And we're here today at 88.7 KAZI, a vocal radio station in the Austin community. And I have here today with me Bob Lamore. And Bob, I want you to introduce yourself and let the people know about you, where you're from, and what do you do here.
Hi, my name is Bob Lamore. I am the system analyst, or what is better known as the system engineer for KAZI Austin. And what I do here is I maintain all the systems and equipment, including do work with our websites, do promotional work on the side for myself as well. And also I handle a lot of the technical works as far as advising the radio station on what we should do or should not do technically. That's pretty much it.
Okay. And that consists of a lot of you know, paying attention and all that good stuff, verbal communication. And Bob, I wanted to ask you a few things, man. You know, you've been in the city and knowing the movies and shakers. What are some of the things you like about Austin?
Well, one of the main things that I like about Austin, being that I'm from Arkansas, we mentioned earlier saying where you're from, but I kind of skipped by there. I'm originally from Arkansas City, Arkansas, which is a very small town. But what I liked about that town was the community, how we were able to get along. But I wanted to move away where I could be exposed to the diversity. Out of Houston, Dallas, and other cities in Texas that I went to, Austin had the better mix of people. And of course they were more sociable with each other here. I felt more comfortable doing business here with white, black, Hispanic, you know, Ethiopian, Nigerian. I've met such a large mix of people, and that's one of the reasons I like Austin, is because of the diversity and how I can meet all these different people in just one location. And it's not so bad. Well, traffic started to get bad, but when I first came here, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah. It's definitely growing. It's definitely progressing, man. It's very diverse here. Has a lot of culture, man, and it's one of those cities. It's unique in its own way, and it's recognized for its uniqueness. And there's also some concerns here. You know, what goes on within the city. So, Bob, what are some of the things that concern you about the city of Austin?
Well, one of the things that I've noticed during my time here in Austin, Texas, is that most of the people who are, for example, Steve Savage, he's the station manager here, right? But he's not really an Austin native. In fact, he doesn't actually even live in Austin. I've found that a lot of the native-born Austin people, in the African-American sense, their community doesn't really accept outside people, nor do they really extend themselves outside of their community. And I'm assuming just like with myself in Arkansas, where, you know, when I got educated, went to school and stuff, instead of me going back to Arkansas City, I went elsewhere to find what I consider to be my fortune. And maybe that's been the case with the local people here in Austin, in the African American community. However, I do know some people in the African American community that are doing things. But the people that you see in news that are running some of the things that you will hear about in news, they're not natural-born Austin people. They're from somewhere else like myself. So I'm concerned about that. And I'm also concerned about how we can't seem to come together to tackle things that are important to us, like with the situation with the police, where, man, if you're an African American or minority here, it's like you got child support you got to run from, a hard time finding work, and in your community there's not really anybody providing jobs in your community, and it appears that even the people that are native-born people here that have resources, they don't necessarily want to do something that can help the community. They will say that they want to do things to help the community, but when it comes down to issuing out the money and doing what you need to do, they're more worried that that person that they're working with, who happens to be African American, is going to make more money than them. So what they do is, instead of doing business, you know, they trying to do your business, and that's not what they do. If you rent places, then that's what you need to do, is rent your place. You can't tell the people who are trying to find people to rent your place what they can do. But here in Austin, people would rather, in some cases, beat their own self up as opposed to go with the flow, make your money, and try to build your community. I found that to be a concern for me, and that's one of the things that we here at the Austin Community Radio Station are working to try to make better. We do what we can to provide means or ways for local artists to be able to perform, for the world to be able to hear them, and at the same time, we don't tell them what they can and cannot do. We tell them what we want. You know, you provide what I need, you do whatever you need to do beyond that point. But if you provide me what I need, I'm good. Now, I'm not going to get mad if you happen to be able to make you a little extra more than what you provided me, because that's why you're trying to provide something for me. You're trying to share. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
Definitely, man. Statistics show that 70% of the people who live in Austin are not even originally from Austin. So that shows you what type of people that dwell within the city. You know, people hear about the good things of the city, and they come here and realize the opportunity that lies ahead of them. And definitely, if African Americans here in Austin, you know, can realize that and build a structure for their own selves, build their own economy, then we can definitely be a prosperous community here. And that's what it's about, man. Just realizing that, you know, it's bigger than you, because there's a much greater purpose. And another question I wanted to ask you, Bob, was do you see yourself living in another city besides Austin? If so, then what?
Well, I had thought about Atlanta, as we spoke about previously, only because one of the things I look at when I choose a city is the demographics. And here, when I left Arkansas City, Arkansas, if you see a Hispanic person, it was far and few. You know what I mean? But now it's commonplace. The same way with Atlanta. You know, if you go to Atlanta now, not only is it African American, it's also a large Hispanic. And I've learned that the Caucasian groups are going to try to keep us separate. So they're going to try to team up with one or the other. And what that does for both groups is open doors and allow both of them to kind of get into places where we couldn't before. Now, where that fell in the Austin, Texas area is that we still have people, once they achieve a certain amount of money or a certain status, they tend to move away from the hood instead of bringing things in. So that's why I'm debating about that the more I think about it. But that would have been my choice, because I'm hearing that Atlanta is very progressive. The African American community there is very progressive, and that we're doing more things there. And so financially, Atlanta was looking real good to me. People-wise, I'm going to always love Austin because my children are here, and I've built a family here. But to me, if financially, Atlanta is looking real good to me.
Right on, right on. That was Bob Lamore. And Bob, is there any information or any contact information?
Yes, we have an entertainment site. It's called Mr. Dig Entertainment, and the call letters or the ULR to get to there would be M as in Michael, D as in David, E as in Echo, C as in Charlie, O as in Oscar, N as in Nancy, .ning.com, and it stands for MDE Conference. And basically what it is we're trying to gather local artists. Right now we're concentrating on the Austin area, but gather local artists together, build a conference or a understanding with them, and take that and do other shows and so on forth, and take it to other cities, and of course build the same type of conference there, so that these artists can get together, pool their resources, and do what they do, and provide for themselves. That's the whole point for it.
Sounds good. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Bob Lamore. Amazing person, man, just to get to know and just to hang with and pick his brain. And I am James November 27 Price, And stay tuned for the Mother Country video log, because I'm going to be coming to you with more interviews and more talks with people who do a lot of things in the city, man. So with no further ado, man, just want to say, stay on your toes, peace and blessings, and I shall return. Thank you.